Hey everybody, welcome back to the Farmstead. It's been a while since we made like an actual video. Been real busy, but today was a bit of a weird thing. Well, we've been having problems with predators in and out of the chicken coop. We've lost more than a few birds, and foxes, and I believe an owl at one point. Mostly foxes. I think a raccoon tried. You can actually see some of the evidence. There's some trail cams to give us some evidence as to what has been happening, but there's a fence. It's I believe a 5 or 6 foot fence, maybe 5 feet. That goes all around their little run. When we're up here, we usually let them loose to free range. When we're not going to be here, we keep them in there just to try and keep them safe. At least we can see what's going on. So anyway, the reason for this video started off as what probably would have been a bad day. We have 3 turkeys. Let's see if we can. There's 2 of them, and there's another one over there somewhere. The white ones. Okay. Well, these little guys were, they were intended to be Thanksgiving dinner at some point. Mostly because, I just want our kids in general to know where their food comes from and how it comes here. Not just going to the grocery store and picking it up. So anyway, came here this morning to feed them, and I know last night there was a really bad thunderstorm. It rained really bad for a while. I was getting a little worried everything was going to be washed up, but when I came to close them in, the rain was just starting to start. It was actually getting really heavy. So right in here, sitting on the bench, was one of the turkeys. I would have normally put them in to the run area where they'll sit at, but with the rain, I was figuring he'll be okay for the night. Well, when I got here this morning to let them out, because we were going to spend the day up here anyway and do some work to the place, when I got here, I let the birds out. Didn't notice right away. I didn't take a count, but then I started to notice a lot of feathers. So the turkey was sitting right on there, sort of like right where that bag is usually where it sits. Now you can see the feathers. There's some more feathers and more feathers out here. So my first assumption is that something took that turkey. Now, see the fence? It's about 5 feet. Those turkeys are almost full grown. They're not light. It'd be really hard for even a fox. Maybe you could eat it inside, but to drag it over the fence, still not sure exactly what happened to this bird, but as I investigated a little further, see all the feathers? A lot of feathers out here. So I was thinking, oh no, a predator of some kind, all the way down the hill. I mean, there's a trail. It goes all the way down. If you look, if I was to take this phone all the way down there, you could see they would go almost all the way across the road. I didn't think there was any way that this bird was still alive. I thought, oh no, we have a, coyote problem or something big enough to be able to get them over the fence, right? Because as you can see, they're not small. They're probably between 10 and 15 pounds, give or take. So, all morning I've been thinking to myself, how big of a problem do we have here with predators if they're able to not only grab that turkey, but get it over that fence and then drag it down the hill. Not just down the hill, but gone. because the carcass wasn't down there as far as I could see. But I had my 2 young sons with me, so I didn't really want to go investigate too much further and leave them alone. So I was waiting for my wife to get here, and we when she got here, I'd planned on maybe walking down the hill and seeing what had happened, see if I can find a path, see if I can figure out tracks, figure out if there was a, you know, path or something that, you know, like I could figure out what it was that happened so we could take measures against it. My wife was up here, I was in the middle of working, so I figured I'd do it when I got a break. And we got a visit from the local police department.
Hilarious. What are you doing, Turkey? Yeah, I know, you little jerk. She's like, Mom, but I didn't do it on purpose.
All right, so as you can see, there's, you know, been a couple of things that went on. Very interesting day, to say the least. You know, the police officer comes up and says, "Are you guys missing a turkey?" I didn't even know how to, you know, how do you, yes, we're missing a turkey. How do you know that, you know? But for all intents and purposes, the turkey was arrested. Freed on its own recognizance. Yeah. And I don't think there's any charges. So it's somewhat of a happy ending. Glad we could get her back. But at this point now, I think we're going to make sure that at least that one isn't slaughtered for dinner on Thanksgiving. And I think I'll try to do is, we're going to try and think of a name for it and keep it for as long as it wants to hang out and be alive. So anybody has any ideas on what we should name it, why don't you leave it down in the comment section. Guys, have a good day.